Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to be tackling a topic that might seem a little offbeat for our UPSC aspirants, but trust me, it's got some serious relevance for your prelims and mains preparation.
Oh, absolutely.
We're diving into the world of chess,
Ah.
specifically a clash between tradition and innovation that's playing out right now.
Mm.
It's a fascinating case study with implications for governance, intellectual property, and even international relations, all themes you'll encounter in your UPSC journey.
You've hit the nail on the head. It's about understanding the dynamics of change, something that's crucial for anyone aiming to analyze and navigate complex systems, which is exactly what the UPSC exams demand.
Okay, let's unpack this. On one side, we have freestyle chess, also known as Fischer random chess.
Right.
Imagine a chessboard where the starting positions of the pieces on the back rank are randomized.
Wow.
No more memorizing those opening moves. It's all about adapting and thinking on your feet.
It's a format designed to emphasize pure strategic thinking and creativity. You can't rely on pre-prepared lines. You have to react to a completely new situation every time.
I can see why that would appeal to the learner in all of us.
Yeah,
Really levels the playing field.
for sure.
But here's where it gets interesting. On the other side of this chessboard, we have FIDE, the International Chess Federation.
Okay.
They're the governing body for chess worldwide, responsible for rankings, tournaments, and of course the official World Chess Championship.
FIDE has a long history dating back to 1924. Their motto is Gens Una Sumus, which means we are one family in Latin. They play a crucial role in standardizing the game and fostering a global chess community. Their World Championship is a major event, a huge source of revenue that supports chess development worldwide. Understanding FIDE's role and influence is crucial for anyone studying international organizations and the complexities of global governance.
Okay, so we've got the innovative upstart, Freestyle Chess, and the established authority, FIDE.
Right.
And as you might have guessed, they're not exactly seeing eye to eye.
The conflict stems from the emergence of the Freestyle Chess Grand Slam Tour, a new series of tournaments that aims to crown its own world champion.
Oh.
FIDE, as you can imagine, is not thrilled about this. They see it as a direct challenge to their authority and a potential threat to their revenue streams.
Right, so we've got a bit of a power struggle brewing.
Yeah,
But let's dig a little deeper into the specifics of this freestyle tour. It's a pretty big deal, right?
absolutely. We're talking about a series of events in 5 major cities:
Okay.
Weissenhaus, Paris, New York, New Delhi, and Cape Town. And these aren't just casual gatherings, they're using classical time controls, which means each player has a set amount of time for all their moves, 90 minutes for the first 40 moves, then 30 minutes with a 30-second increment for each move thereafter. It's a format that demands deep strategic thinking and stamina.
And they've managed to attract some serious star power. We're talking about top players like Magnus Carlsen, the current world champion in traditional chess, and Hikaru Nakamura, one of the most popular and innovative chess players out there.
The participation of these top players is a significant factor in this conflict. It lends legitimacy to the freestyle tour and raises the stakes for everyone involved. For our UPSC aspirants, this is a great example of how individual actors can influence the dynamics of power within international organizations and challenge established norms.
So FIE sees this unsanctioned world champion title as a threat, both to their authority and their bottom line. I can see where they're coming from. After all, those world championship events are a major source of revenue money that supports grassroots chess programs around the world.
Precisely. And from FBE's perspective, the use of the term world championship is a key point of contention. They argue that they have the sole right to use that title and that allowing other organizations to do so would dilute its meaning and potentially harm their brand.
That's like the battle over intellectual property rights, but in the world of chess.
Yeah.
And it puts players in a really tough spot.
Imagine having to choose between competing in the FIE World Championship, the pinnacle of traditional chess, and participating in this prestigious new freestyle tour. It's a dilemma with no easy answers and highlights the complex choices individuals face when navigating a rapidly changing landscape. For UPSC aspirants, it's a reminder that innovation often disrupts existing power structures and creates new challenges for individuals and institutions alike.
Let's pause there for a moment. We'll come back to the player's dilemma in a bit.
Okay.
But first, I want to dig into FIE's response to this challenge. They haven't just been sitting back and watching, have they?
Not at all. They've taken concrete steps to assert their authority and protect their interests. For instance, they've reportedly included a clause in their contracts for major events like the Candidates Tournament and the World Championship that bars players from competing in non-FIDE-approved World Championships.
Really? That's a pretty strong move. It's like
Yep.
they're drawing a line in the sand saying you're either with us or against us.
It's a clear indication that FID is taking this challenge seriously. They're not willing to cede control of what they see as their domain. And this brings us back to that player dilemma we were discussing. Imagine being a top chess player with dreams of competing at the highest level.
Right.
You want to participate in the FIDE World Championship, the most prestigious event in traditional chess. But you also want to be a part of this exciting new freestyle tour where you can showcase your creativity and adaptability. But FIDE's contract clause essentially forces you to choose.
That's a tough call. It's like being asked to pick your favorite child. And it underscores the real-world consequences of this conflict. It's not just a theoretical debate, it's impacting the careers and aspirations of these players.
It's a high-stakes situation for everyone involved. And it brings us to a broader question. Can there be multiple world champions in a single field? Is it possible to have different champions representing different aspects or approaches?
That's a fascinating question, and one that goes beyond the world of chess. Think about it. What if a group of scientists decided to hold their own alternative to the Nobel Prize? Or if a new tech company challenged the authority of a major regulatory body? These are the kinds of dilemmas that are shaping our world today, and understanding them is crucial for anyone preparing for the UPSC exams.
Exactly. This chess feud is a microcosm of larger trends and challenges that we see playing out in various sectors. It's about the tension between tradition and innovation, the role of governing bodies in a rapidly evolving landscape, and the impact of globalization on power dynamics. These are all themes that are highly relevant to the UPSC syllabus, especially for papers like GS Paper 2, which covers governance and international relations, and GS Paper 3, which focuses on science and technology and intellectual property rights.
So for our UPSC aspirants, this seemingly niche chess conflict is actually a valuable case study. It's a real-world example of the concepts and dynamics you'll be studying for your exams.
It's a reminder that current events, even those that might seem unrelated to your specific areas of focus, can offer valuable insights and a deeper understanding of the world around us.
Okay, so we've set the stage.
Okay.
We've introduced freestyle chess, explored FIDE's role and response, and highlighted the dilemma facing players. But this story is far from over. In fact, there have been some recent developments that could potentially lead to a resolution. We'll dive into those in the next part of our deep dive.
Stay tuned. The next part will delve into the financial aspects of this feud, the potential consequences for both sides, and the latest attempts to find a resolution. Let's delve into the financial aspect of this clash, which adds another layer of complexity to the situation.
That's right. We mentioned that FIDE's World Championship events are major revenue generators.
Right.
But this Freestyle Grand Slam tour is also putting serious money on the table.
The tour organizers reportedly offered FIDE $100,000 as a gesture of goodwill, essentially seeking some form of recognition or collaboration.
Yeah.
However, it's been reported that FIDE countered with a demand for $500,000.
Wow, talk about high-stakes negotiations. This financial tug-of-war really highlights what's at stake for both sides.
For FIDE, maintaining control over the World Championship title is not just about prestige, it's also about protecting a vital revenue stream that supports chess development globally. On the other hand, the freestyle tour organizers are clearly committed to their vision and are willing to invest significant resources to establish their format.
It's almost like a game of chess itself,
Yeah.
with each side making strategic moves and counter-moves.
And just like in a game of chess, every move has consequences. FIDE's contract clause, which restricts players from participating in unsanctioned world championships, has put some of the world's top players in a difficult position.
It's a real dilemma for these players.
Yeah.
They're caught between their desire to compete at the highest level in both traditional and freestyle formats and the risk of jeopardizing their standing with FIDE.
The 2025-2026 APE World Championship cycle is on the horizon, and players will be required to sign agreements ensuring they won't participate in these alternative world championships. Violating this agreement could mean exclusion from 2 consecutive world championship cycles. That's a significant penalty for any player with aspirations of becoming a world champion.
But there's an interesting twist here. It seems that FIDE has made an exception for the freestyle tour in 2025, allowing players to participate without facing repercussions.
That's right. It's a temporary reprieve, perhaps a strategic move by FIDE to assess the situation before making any long-term decisions. This exception suggests that they're at least open to some level of coexistence, but the underlying tension remains.
So we've got this high-stakes financial battle, players caught in the crossfire, and now a temporary truce. Where does this all lead?
That's the million-dollar question. This conflict could potentially reshape the chess landscape in a number of ways.
For example,
Well, it could force FID to become more flexible and open to different formats.
Yeah.
They might realize that embracing innovation rather than resisting it could lead to a more dynamic and inclusive chess world.
On the other hand, this could solidify FID's control, leading to a stricter, more centralized chess world where they dictate the terms and maintain a tight grip on the world championship title.
Exactly. Or perhaps we'll see a hybrid model emerge, where FIE recognizes and collaborates with other organizations to create a more diverse and vibrant chess ecosystem.
It's fascinating to consider the possibilities. And for our UPSC aspirants, this entire situation is like a real-world case study in the dynamics of governance, innovation, and intellectual property.
It highlights the challenges faced by established institutions when confronted with disruptive forces. How do they adapt? How do they protect their interests while also fostering innovation? These are questions that resonate far beyond the world of chess.
Think about the challenges governments face when regulating emerging technologies like artificial intelligence or blockchain, or the debates surrounding intellectual property rights in the digital age. This chess conflict provides a framework for understanding these complex issues.
It's a reminder that the world is constantly evolving and that adaptability and strategic thinking are crucial for navigating these changes. Whether you're aiming for a career in diplomacy, policymaking, or any other field, understanding these dynamics is essential.
Okay, so we've got this clash of titans, of financial battle players in a bind, and a whole lot of uncertainty about the future.
Yeah.
But amidst all this tension, there's a glimmer of hope.
You're referring to the recent reports of direct talks between Jan-Henrik Buettner, the organizer of the Freestyle Tour, and FIV President Arkady Dvorkovich.
Exactly. After months of public disagreements and posturing, it seems that both sides are finally coming to the table. This could be a sign that they're willing to find a compromise, a solution that benefits both traditional and freestyle chess.
It's a positive development, but it remains to be seen what the outcome of these talks will be. Will they reach a mutually agreeable solution? Will one side have to concede more than the other? Or will these talks break down, leading to further escalation?
Just a cliffhanger ending to this part of our deep dive.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see how this chess match plays out.
But regardless of the outcome, this conflict has already raised some fundamental questions about the nature of competition, the role of governing bodies, and the future of chess itself.
And for our UPSC aspirants, it's a reminder that even a game like chess can offer valuable insights into the complex forces shaping our world. Stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive, where we'll explore the potential consequences of this conflict and leave you with some thought-provoking questions to ponder. We've explored the origins of this freestyle chess versus FID clash, the financial implications and the impact on players.
Right.
But what does it all mean for the future of chess? And for our understanding of the world at large?
That's where things get really interesting. This conflict could be a catalyst for positive change, pushing chess into a more diverse and dynamic era.
I like the sound of that. How so?
Imagine a future where multiple chess formats thrive, each with its own unique appeal and following. We could have a world champion in traditional chess, a world champion in freestyle chess, and maybe even champions in other emerging variants. This would create a richer and more inclusive chess landscape, attracting a wider range of players and fans.
It's like the evolution of sports. We have different formats of cricket, different types of motor racing, each catering to different tastes and preferences.
Exactly. And this diversification wouldn't diminish the prestige of the traditional World Chess Championship. Instead, it would complement it, creating a more multifaceted and engaging chess world.
But for this to happen, FIDE would need to adapt,
Yeah,
to move away from its rigid stance and embrace a more collaborative approach.
that's right. They would need to recognize the value of different formats and work with other organizations to create a more inclusive and dynamic chess ecosystem.
It's a challenge, but also an opportunity. If FED can rise to the occasion, they can solidify their role as a leader in the chess world while also fostering innovation and growth.
And for our UPSC aspirants, this potential evolution of chess offers a valuable lesson in the importance of adaptability and strategic thinking in the face of change. It highlights the need for institutions to be responsive to new trends and challenges, to be willing to evolve and collaborate in order to remain relevant and effective.
This reminds me of the challenges governments face when dealing with the rise of new technologies and changing social norms. They can either cling to outdated models and risk becoming irrelevant, or they can adapt, embrace innovation, and find ways to harness these changes for the betterment of society.
Precisely. This chess conflict provides a microcosm of those larger challenges. It's a reminder that the world is in a constant state of flux, and that the ability to adapt and innovate is crucial for success in any field.
But there's also a potential downside to this conflict. What if it leads to further division and fragmentation within the chess world?
That's a valid concern. If these talks between FIDE and the Freestyle Tour organizers break down, if both sides dig in their heels and refuse to compromise, we could see a more fractured chess landscape.
Imagine a world where top players are forced to choose sides, where we have separate tournaments and rankings for traditional and freestyle chess, and where the two formats compete for attention and resources.
Such a scenario would be detrimental to the overall growth and popularity of chess. It would create confusion limit opportunities for players and potentially stifle innovation.
It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of rigidity and the importance of finding common ground. It underscores the need for dialogue, compromise, and a shared vision for the future.
And it brings us back to a fundamental question. What constitutes a world champion? In a world that's becoming increasingly diverse and specialized, can we have multiple champions representing different aspects of a single field?
It's a question that's relevant not just to chess, but to many other fields as well. Think about the Nobel Prize. Could we have separate Nobel Prizes for different branches of science, or even for alternative approaches to solving global problems?
These are questions that challenge our traditional notions of achievement and recognition.
Yeah.
They force us to reconsider how we define excellence and how we create systems that foster innovation and inclusivity.
So for our UPSC aspirants, this chess conflict is more than just a sporting dispute.
Right.
It's a window into the complexities of governance innovation and the evolving nature of competition itself.
It's a reminder that the world is full of gray areas, that there are rarely easy answers, and that the ability to analyze different perspectives, weigh competing interests, and think critically is essential for anyone aspiring to shape a better future.
It's been a fascinating deep dive, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, and it's a story that's still unfolding. The outcome of these talks between FID and the Freestyle Tour organizers could have a profound impact on the future of chess.
We encourage all our listeners to follow this story as it develops and to consider the broader implications for their own understanding of the world.
And remember, even seemingly niche events like this chess conflict can offer valuable insights and perspectives that are relevant to your UPSC preparation.
So stay curious, keep exploring, and never underestimate the power of connecting the dots between seemingly disparate events. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this clash of chess titans. Share your insights and questions in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into current events that matter. And for those who want to delve further into this particular story, you can check out the original article in the Indian Express. Until next time, happy studying.